You cannot out-hack a broken body. Now I get it. We all would love quick fixes, and we all would love to just do the sexy stuff, be able to shout about it on social media and so forth, but you cannot out-hack a broken body. We're in a world though where we are chasing dopamine left, right and center, and it is literally making you sick. You see things like cold dips every single day, things like high rocks workouts all the time, things like always wanting to fast and fast for 24 hours, 48 hours, doing juice fast, doing water fast, doing intermittent fasting, all these things. They are literally burning you out. And what we mean by that is that we are constantly chasing that dopamine, and we're not necessarily going to get dopamine from all the things that are going to add good to our world. But the chances are that we do these things, we need it more and more and more. We need to push harder and harder and harder. I was having a conversation today with someone who said she'd been doing a high rocks workout, and the instructors were saying, look, this isn't necessarily about good form. This is about getting the stuff done. Is that really how we want to move our bodies? Yes, there is potentially a benefit in that. If we look at progressive overload when we are in not dangerous, but not perfect form, our bodies may be more bulletproof for future. I don't know. It's a thinking out loud moment, but we need to look at where we are chasing this dopamine. Because if you are someone that does not feel good unless you work out, does not feel good unless you have this cold water dip, does not feel good unless you intermittent fast, all these sorts of things, chances are you are chasing that dopamine. And what goes up must come down. The problem is it doesn't just come down to where it started. It usually goes a lot lower. So we need more of a hit, more of a hit, and more of a hit. Now, we don't need to track every single thing. I used to be really like a sucker for that. I'd have my Whoop band, my Garmin, like I've had Apple Watches, I've had Samsungs, I've had Oura rings, all these things. People then think they can't get healthy unless they track things on their Whoop, or they need to have nootropics in order to be able to focus, or you need to have red light therapy, you need to have cryotherapy. I work with some ridiculously intricate cases. Now I look at health is that I'm where I am now, going into my 40s, and it's 40 years of stress, food, toxins, just living life in general that has got me to this point. And it's a snapshot now. We think health is where we are right now. Now our health is this knot that's got really intricately entangled and entwined, and it's got two ends to it. Now, chances are we're trying to just pull those ends apart. The problem is if we do not delicately look at the smallest thing we can do and create it sustainably, we're just going to make that knot tighter. You pull those two ends without finding out where we need to pull it through, you are going to make that knot tighter. We're going to become more burnt out, we're going to become less healthy, and we are not going to be nice people to be around. Now, if you unravel that knot, you get healthier. We don't need to chuck more on your plate to unravel that knot. We don't need to put harder things. We don't need to put things that would chase more dopamine. I look at health in 3 stages. And when we look at those 3 stages, we realize that most people only need to do the 95%. That 5% sexy stuff, cherry on top, is absolutely not needed. These are things that are put in place to either chase dopamine or to cause us to procrastinate, because they overload our schedule and they are things where we have to put a lot of effort in to do, and we think we cannot get healthy unless we do those things. Now, the 3 stages of health that we work through are stage 1, which gets us 80% of the results. Now, this is just going to be so simple. So simple, people pay me to tell them to do it, but it gets them to feel awesome again. That is things like just eating to manage your blood sugar levels, getting good nutrients in there, getting to sleep and waking up at similar times, actually breathing through your nose and getting good oxygen, getting good light exposure, and getting some basic movements in there. And that gets you 80% of the results. Then we have stage 2 that gets 10 to 15% of the results. And that might be where you actually do some kind of specific diet. You're getting a bit more entangled into it, where you're getting a bit pickier. than specifically named workouts, but you're able to be a bit more disciplined on them where they don't go and overload you. But then we get into the 5%, the stage 3. We've got stage 1 that gets 80%, stage 2 that gets 10 to 15%, stage 3 gets 5%. And these are the things that we look at that everyone goes to first. Why? Because things like biohacking everything and the Brian Johnson aspects, the things we see on Huberman podcasts, on Peter Attia podcasts, on Joe Rogan podcasts, and these things, that they are complicated and it's awesome to shout about, but are they really needed? Do you really need to go 3 days without food? And people will tell you, oh, but it has this cellular benefit and it gives me all this extra cellular energy and all these different things and helps me detox. And dude, just eat enough protein. Go to sleep and wake at the same time. Get yourself hydrated. Stop eating so much crap. You will feel great and you won't have to suffer from those 3-day fasts. Maybe once every few years if you really, really want to. But if you're someone that has to do these fasts once, twice, 3, 4 times a year, once every quarter, whatever it is, you are not doing the foundations right just to feel good. And I see so many people in the nicest possible way that if you look at their pictures, they do not feel healthy and they are shouting, and absolutely props to them for trying to improve their health, but they are shouting about these fasts and these intricate things that they're looking to do and talking about it like they're an expert. Amazing. Like, great, push yourself forward. But honestly, you do not need to do those things. We need to make it simple. We need to make it sustainable. And we need to make it that you're actually going to do the things over and over again. I was speaking to someone yesterday and I said to him, and he said, should I be doing this thing? Is it the right thing to do? I'm like, mate, could you see yourself doing these things every day for 5 years? Most days, should we say? No. Well, it's not the sustainable thing to do. I see so many guys who sooner or later, their body will not give them a choice but to fix it. And it's going to be so much harder when that happens, if they even can. These are things that they're constantly reacting to loved ones. They're constantly hiding from mirrors. They're constantly anxious. They're not able to perform in the bedroom, or they're waking up through the night, or they struggle to drop weight. It's not just getting older. It's your choices. It's your health choices that you make day in, day out, the excuses that you make for yourself. It's not a nice thing to admit. And I absolutely get it, because I used to do that all the time. I look at my wedding photos and I hate those photos because I was that one making those excuses. I can't work out as hard. I can't diet because I've got injuries. I'm building a massive business. I've got a team of 10 people that are working for me. I've got this big fitness asset that I'm building, and I'm not even fit myself. Now, that is why I developed the one method. Own it, nourish it, elevate it. And this is 3 stages that we work through. And the first one is super, super important, is that we own it. We literally own where we are right now. Who cares about the history getting up to that? Because we cannot change that. We can only change our reaction going forward. So we test. The reason we test is because that way we know exactly where to hit. So many people go into these things blind. They see an influencer on Instagram that has told them to take this supplement because it's absolutely awesome for focus, this nootropic, and they see someone else that has told them that this workout is going to be absolutely epic, and they go and smash it. They go and take this supplement and they're spending 300, 400, 500 pounds a month on supplements. No, we test. We actually look deep into your blood testing or hormone testing or gut tests. We look what we actually need to do, because you cannot score a goal if you haven't got a set of goalposts to aim at. And even having that set of jumpers for goalposts like we used to do at school, you cannot score a goal. We have to own where we are. We made the body where it is now. It's happened. So we have to unravel that. We have to untangle that knot. And we build a plan in this own it phase for real life. For the fact you've got a business, that you've got a family, that you've got responsibilities, that you can't be counting all your calories or weighing every single thing out. We build habits and systems around blood sugar stability, around improving your sleep, around nutrient timing, just to save you from your own bullshit. Then we go into the nourish it phase, where we build nutritional consistency. Literally stop you having excuses. We make sure that you make better choices when you're out. We make sure that you make better choices with alcohol. We make sure that you make better choices with unconscious eating and not have a strict meal plan when you do it. But we make you self-accountable by using systems to eat for energy and to eat so that you are not stressing yourself out. That way, we increase your recovery ability and allow you to be sustainably healthy. Then we move on to the coolest phase of all three, the elevated phase. Now we are literally cooking. We are running on gas. Sorry for those that are worried about climate change. We are literally running on gas, that we are now about to work on your strength. We're going to work on your cognitive endurance. We're going to make your health a long-term sustainable asset, because your body is your business. Without a sustainable body, you haven't got a sustainable or scalable business. So we literally have to turn your body into this money making, this present asset to help you build your business and your relationships with your family. You move from reactive to proactive. You stop reacting to the stress that's coming into you, and you proactively find ways to be able to thrive under that pressure. We get you clear on where your health is leaking energy, where your health is leaking momentum. We stop you guessing. You feel sharper, you sleep deeper, you recover faster, you stop relying on willpower and motivation. You feel strong, you feel steady, you feel resilient. Your energy is predictable and infectious, and you're the guy that your wife first fell head over heels for. If you want this, drop me a message and let's chat, or go to www.ojhealth.com/optimal. That's OJ